Hello there and come on in. My name is Brittany and in today's video we are going to be tackling the downstairs of my house in this part 2 of my whole house reset. Be sure to like this video and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into it.
Dr. Mom to the rescue.
Picking up where we left off in part 1, we are going to start on this playroom, and I'm going to do a quick tidy off camera to go ahead and get this video going because we've got a lot of work to do. So I just did a quick little tidy up in here with a little bit of help from the kiddos, and so I got everything up off of the floor so that I can go ahead and do a quick vacuum and mop in here, and then we will move on into the living room. I hope that this video finds you well out there in your place in the world. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you're up to today. What are you cleaning with me? Are you tackling some decluttering? Are you just sitting and watching and enjoying? Let me know down in the comments below what you're up to. What did you guys get into this past weekend? I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. We got in plenty of swimming and taking advantage of these last beautiful days of summer. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys have been up to.
She wanna know me, I stay low-key, all gas, no brakes, baby, let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be? Baby, squad up, we finna go deep. Riding on a team, got what you need. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down. You should slide on me, keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck, I know it's all love. Everything good, keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good, know it's all love, know it's all love. I'm feeling like the man lately. Can't nobody do it like I can daily. Baddest in the lattice in the land. Body turn your nigga to a fanny up, fanny up. I made it where I'm at on my own. Had a couple blocks in the road, but I get to the bag on the low. I be counting stacks while they grow. Yeah, you know me, baby. Won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I come in town, you should slide on me. Keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck, I know it's all love. Everything good, keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good, good, know it's all love.
It feels good to have gotten this room nice and refreshed, and I ended up actually getting in behind the couch in here and getting that all cleaned up later on this evening off camera, but it was by happenstance, so that was good. I'm glad I finally got that tackled, but we still got some more deep cleaning to go in this room. But for now, we are going to move on into the living room, and this storage organization bin has been holding up well. Wade has done such a great job with keeping it organized. So I am so glad that that was the choice that I made for all of those toys because he's really handled it well. So just a little update on that. But this living room, it is kind of a disaster. It's not terrible. It's really not terrible. Just a lot of little picking up to do, and we need to get these floors tackled in here as well. It has been endless movie nights in here, and so there is always some popcorn lying around, and we are just gonna go ahead and get that cleaned up now.
Sometimes you think about all the ways I'm making you smile. I know I am what you need, and boy, you're just my type. Deep down, I know you want it. You wanna take a leap and jump in. Oh, we're gonna fall in love. You get me spinning, wouldn't it be awesome if you just kiss me slowly and have me in your arms? Oh, you make me hey, let's go out. When I see you moving, hey, like me I love when you go like that. Hey, could be us, kissing in the moonlight. Hey, I can see it, I was your girlfriend.
Back up for you.
Thank you.
Are you looking for it?
No, but I might have been.
Hiya! Gotcha! Little crime snapper.
Everybody else got it going on. Everybody else got it going on. Everybody else got it going on. You make me hey, lights go out when I see you moving. Hey, light me up. I love when you go like that.
These baskets here are actually full of stuff that needs to go upstairs, and I am just checking through everything here to see if there was anything I needed to pull out, but these are actually all just going to end up upstairs. These were from our little getaway when we went to Michael's family reunion, and the kids won these baskets in this little auction, and they were full of like summer toys and pool floaties, so we got completely stocked up on everything that we need to finish up summer strong. Now let's go ahead and vacuum and mop in here.
Baby, that I can go without, just like a poison in me. You're all that I'm about. Loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I want that something, baby. 'Cause I can go.
And my little cutie pie is about to come through with some cute little dance moves, and as he turns the corner, he ends up getting himself a boo-boo, and so we have to pause to mom for a moment and get him a Band-Aid. But nothing to worry about, nothing major, just a little scrape.
Dr. Mom to the rescue.
You see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Hey, Dr. I'd copy that. Yeah.
Gonna get enough of your love. I want your love. I need your love. 'Cause I'm never gonna get enough. Can't say I'm hurting, baby, but I don't feel too good. It's like I'm burning lately when you're not in my blood. Loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I need your loving, baby. It's all I'm thinking of. Mama used to tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I lose my mind if you don't get it soon. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. You can end it, say it's over, but I'm never going sober. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough of your love. I want your love. I need your love. 'Cause I'm never gonna get enough of your love. I want your love. I need your love. 'Cause I'm never gonna get enough. Mama used to tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk.
Mommy, will you try and put on this phone on our side?
I can try. I ain't gonna promise it'll work.
Yeah, but I saw something being you put it on there. Put them on
Oh
there.
wait, I think I just did it backwards.
Hey, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Come. Whoa, you actually can do it. What? I think what we should try. He looks cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to spy. I can. He has lots of spines on him. That's cool, right?
That's awesome, buddy.
Yeah, because I'm on this floor, bro.
He is just the coolest kid ever. God just blessed me tremendously with my kids. They are just amazing, and I have been soaking them up as much as I possibly can. But here's a quick little before and after of the living room, and we are going to be moving on into the hallway.
We got everything we need right here. Wine and burning chemistry. You and me alone. You and me alone.
I moved Wade's monster truck Snakebite here in the hallway, and he's just going to be sitting here charging. And then we've got to tackle this mess. The usual suspect, my little clutter bench here that always catches all the clutter. If not the corner in the kitchen, it's this bench. So we are going to go ahead and tackle this. It wasn't really that bad, just a whole lot of odd and end things that needed to be put away.
We got everything we need, right? Watch me. Dancing in the colors, lightning. Blowing up a thunder, watch it over me, yeah. We got everything we need right here.
And this is going to wrap up on day 1, and we are going to be coming right back at it on day 2, starting in the bathroom down here. We just have a little bit of tidying up to do and a little bit of maintenance cleaning. We're going to wipe down the mirror and the counter, and as usual, toothpaste in the sink. We can all agree there's always going to be toothpaste in the sink when you have littles, but we are going to get this all cleaned up and also clean up the toilet, and that's going to wrap it up for here in the bathroom.
Oh, watch me. Dancing in the colors, lightning. Blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me. Dancing in the colors, lightning. Blowing up a thunder, wash it over me, yeah. We got everything we need right here.
So this footage was actually I filmed everything consecutively for part 1 of the reset and then part 2. So I actually didn't have to film this week, and I took full advantage. And we have been doing a lot of playing Crazy 8s and working with Wade to make sure he is all ready for kindergarten. And we've been making sure we go on lots of walks and just doing all of the things to soak up the last little bits of summer break, because I am just still struggling so bad with the kids going back to school. Honestly, I wish I could just keep them home and homeschool them, but maybe God will have it in my future to make that a possibility. I just have to really work hard and do what I need to do to get there. But look at this little guy making sure to take care of me.
Hey, Mama. What one?
No, thank you, baby.
You not have him?
I can have them, but I don't want them right now. Thank you, though. Can you get one out and put it in my mouth for me? Because I got bathroom glove hand.
Hey, Mama, wait.
Thank you.
How's it? Oh, hey, your camera.
That's okay.
I got it.
I don't know how I got so lucky, but he is always looking out for me and looking out for his sisters, and he is just the best little guy ever. Seriously, I can't get over him.
I see that you see me, that you need me, not to waste your time. I see that you see through, you're impatient, let the stars align. The way you've been staring at me wakes me up like the sun. I don't wanna cut you off, but I know this is such a rush. The way you move is so Like this game is so bittersweet. I feel alive, it's so hard to breathe. Will it be over if you got what you need? Sing now, ooh la 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 la. Sing na na, ooh la 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 la. You do you and I'll do me. Oh, you do me and I'll do you. Now, ooh la 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 la. I see that you see me, that you need me, not to waste your time. I see that you see through, you're impatient, like the stars align. The way you've been staring at me wakes me up like the sun. But I'm afraid I will waste your time. I don't wanna cut you off. I know this is such a rush. The way you move so free, put your body next to me. I don't wanna cut you off. This is such a rush.
I think it's about time for me to get some new toilet cleaning brushes. I'd love to say that I am at a place where I can do the toilet wand, the Clorox toilet wand. I think that's what it's called. If anybody's been here since like day one, then you remember that I said that if I ever have a Clorox toilet wand, then that means that I've made it. Well, we're not quite there yet, but I think it is about time that I get some new toilet bowl brushes.
I know this is such a rush. The way you move so free, put your body next to me. I don't wanna cut you off. This is such a rush. This is such a rush. You're a waterfall, I'm a fire. No surprise we don't go together. But it took us a while before we figured it out. What a shame. I'm not asking you for closure. I just want it to be over. We don't need to break up if we were never aligned. Is that okay? I shouldn't be yours if it means changing who I am to get us through. You shouldn't be mine because you're you. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. We wanted love, but close is not enough. Say you've had enough. Yeah, I gave it time and you really tried, but you're sick and tired, baby, so am I. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. When I met you in the summer, then you weren't such a bummer, and I wasn't as critical as I am now. Oh, I wish.
Moving on into the kitchen, it is a disaster and it's kind of been the main area that I've needed to tackle for this reset. So we are gonna go ahead and get in here and get this all cleaned up. We've got a ton of dishes and I am lucky on this night I don't have to cook dinner. We actually went out to lunch. As you see those takeout boxes there on the table, we went out to lunch and there was plenty of leftovers, so we made that work for the evening and I didn't have to cook, so that made it much easier to get this kitchen put back together.
Say you had enough. Yeah, yeah. I've had enough. Say you had enough. Yeah, yeah, I've had enough. Yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. We wanted love, but close is not enough. Say you've had enough. Yeah, I gave it time and you really tried, but you're sick and tired, baby, so am I. I've had enough. Yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. You have the time of your life every single night. The confetti's raining down. You put your hands to the sky, center of the crowd, you're the talk of the town. And I tell myself I don't want that, what glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through a window. I say I don't want it, but I'm so full of it. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna dance with somebody, be ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna hold on to somebody, be ooh, 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 ooh. Living your life through a lens, perfect pretending. You think no one can tell, but everything's just fake. Now you're becoming the person you once hated. You also used to say that. I tell myself I don't want that, what glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through a window. I say I don't want it, but I'm so full of it. I wanna be the life of the
I had completely forgotten about this load of luckily clean dishes in the dishwasher, so I moved aside the ones that I had just rinsed to load in here, and I am pulling all of the Tupperware containers to stick them in the drainer so they can air dry, and then I'm going to dry the rest of the dishes and put them away so I can start loading it back up again.
life of the party, 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 life of the. Yeah, I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna dance with somebody, be ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna hold on to somebody, be ooh, 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 ooh. Be cool. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna dance with somebody, be ooh, 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 ooh. Be cool. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna hold on to somebody, be ooh, 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 ooh. Bring me down, whatever. Call me off whenever. I got time, whenever now. You look great, however. This can't wait for the better. Let us talk forever now. Cause baby, you and I, we lay awake at night, trying to find a light to keep this fire alive.
I'm giving that Tupperware a chance to air dry before I attempt to dry it myself. I hate drying Tupperware for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and tidy up this counter. I've got a lot of odd and end stuff going on here. I just gave Natalie some nail glue because we all had done press-on nails, and I've got all my charging equipment over here, which is usual. And then we've got like some batteries, and our little eagle friend, he's going to end up staying. I'm letting him dry. This is actually a bag of rice with a controller in it. When we were on our getaway, Wade got this little remote control boat, and he dropped the controller into the hot tub, and it unfortunately no longer works, but that bag of rice was my last attempt to try to get it to where it was working again. But unfortunately, I think it's just gonna have to get tossed into the garbage. But look here, these are what we've got from our garden recently, and I am trying to get this kitchen in order so I could handle all of this, but we did end up giving away all of the jalapenos and the grape tomatoes, and I've got a whole 18 eggs from the chickens there that we ended up giving away as well. So that was really great, but I have been trying to use up this zucchini, and I know it got way too big because it is just chock full of seeds, but you live and you learn, and we were gone for almost a week, so it was kind of out of our hands a little bit. But moving on, this counter, we're getting it cleared off. The vegetables are gonna have to come back here and sit for now because I really don't have anywhere else for them to go. but like I said, we do end up getting rid of those eggs as well as the tomatoes and the jalapenos, so that was really great.
Small city thinking, I get why you left. Small-minded people sure know how to drink. I came to the party, I laughed at the jokes she made. I wish that I hadn't, 'cause now the joke's on me. I didn't come here just so I could watch you make a mess. I didn't come here to ugly cry in my favorite dress. So what the hell were you thinking then when you kissed your lips? Now I'm kinda glad you did, 'cause now you adore me, adore me. Go ahead now, adore me, adore me. Little did I know, I thought she was over you, but I guess I was wrong. I came to the party, I laughed at the jokes she made. I wish that I hadn't, 'cause now the joke's on me. I didn't come here just so I could watch you make a mess. I didn't come here to ugly cry in my face.
Now to clear this little area above the sink, I wanted to get all those dead flowers taken care of. And if anybody has ever wondered, my string of pearl plants, it's doing really well. And also that McDonald's cup, oh, this, Natalie made me this for Mother's Day. And then this is a little hunk of dried up Play-Doh that Wade gave me as a gift. And then this little strawberry that Natalie had made, I thought it was too cute when she made it, so I kept it and let it dry out. But anyway, there's usually a little McDonald's cup sitting there in the corner of this little shelf, and that is actually Wade's little rock and shell collection that he collected from the river one day. And so I finally got that out of the window and up to his bedroom. But I'm keeping all of my little Play-Doh gifts that the kids have made me because I love to have them there to look at when I'm washing dishes and be reminded of just how blessed I am with my little ones. And my little chicken, my little plush, well, it's not plush, but it's a stuffed animal of some kind, but my little chicken there in the window, it's almost time to put her away. And I'm getting really excited to decorate for fall. I actually just went to the Dollar General and grabbed a few things for the tiered tray when I go in to decorate that for fall. I wanted to make sure that I grabbed some things for that because I do want to try to keep that out here in the kitchen. As you'll see, it is still decorated the way I decorated it for spring. We're going to move on to this cluttered corner over here in the kitchen. But also, when I mentioned those baskets that the kids won, the summer toys, I got a basket too, and mine is full of fall decor and fall goodies and things like that. So I will be sharing that when I go to decorate for fall. But I want to do a big deep clean of this kitchen, and I want to do some deep cleaning in the living room. It's not going to be as big of a deep clean in there because I've been doing a lot of maintenance cleaning in there and keeping up with that. But I got to get the cabinets in the kitchen taken care of and tackled and completely cleaned out and reorganized. So that's going to be a big project. And I'd also like to get in the laundry room before I decorate for fall. So it's not going to be a huge, I'm linking a whole bunch of stuff for you guys to be inspired by what I use to decorate for fall. It's going to be more so I use what I got, and hopefully that will inspire you to get into the fall season as well. And that's probably going to be in September. I don't think it's going to be this month, but I'm getting really excited for it, and I'm hoping that that's gonna level out with the sadness that I have of the kids going back to school. So you'll have that to look forward to, as well as some deep cleaning motivation leading up to that point. I really love how this little tier tray came out back in the spring, and so I'm looking forward to enjoying it for a couple more weeks before I take it down and get it all changed out for fall. But now at least it'll be fresh and dust free for the remaining time. I'm always happy to see that corner all cleaned up and clutter-free. And now I'm dancing and taking care of this Tupperware and getting it all put away. And this is, you'll see more when I do my deep clean of the kitchen, but this is how I've always organized the Tupperware in a way that's enjoyable. I have the big Tupperware bin, and then I put all of the lids and the containers inside of the bins, and I have them up on the top shelves of these two cabinets around this broken microwave. And so now anyway, we are going to move on to tackling these dishes. We are going to get through the dishes and get the sink all scrubbed out, and that's going to wrap it up for this video. I wanted to get the floors swept and mopped in here because that was honestly like the main thing that I needed to do. Like that was like top priority, was getting to the floors in here. But by the time I got the sink all cleaned out, I ran out of storage on my camera. So I ended up having to do all of my after shots from my phone and then sending them over to my tablet so I could edit and all of that jazz. But I took care of the floors the very next morning and got those all cleaned up. So it did get done, just not on this video, unfortunately. But I think it kind of worked out because with all of this footage, it ended up being closer to an hour long video. So if I would have had that in there, it probably would have definitely been really close to an hour long. So I think it worked out. But whenever I get backed up on the hand washing portion of dishes, I always like to do the pots and pans and bigger items like that first. Go ahead and get them washed up because they're super easy to dry and put away really quick, and also they take up a lot of space in the sink, so it is great to get those out of the way. And then all I need to do is tackle all the little bits and bobs and all the cups and all the straws and all of that next. So that's what we're doing here, and we're going to dry these pots and pans, get them put away, and move on to the rest of the hand washing.
Let me go, go, let me go. Go, go, let me go, go, go. I told you I'm not yours, so why are you trying to hold on? I think that you should let go, 'cause you know this is not meant to be. Let go. Maybe I should have known that you are not the right one for me. Let go. I think that you should let go, 'cause you know this is not meant to be. Let go. Maybe I should have known that you are not the right one for me. You are not right for Another season we leave behind. Another story that's got me blind. Got only you on my mind. I couldn't face what I couldn't find. Just need to know I need peace of mind. Where are you now? Even though I won't believe it, the truth is a lie, we are healing. Even though words are deceiving, you move on. 'Cause every time I try, yeah, every time I dream, there's always this big part of me wanna believe in what I see. If you can make me smile, if only for a while, there's always this big part of me.
All right, this leaning tower of dishes is just waiting to collapse and fall over, I'm pretty sure, but we have an empty sink. And so now it is time to go ahead and get this all scrubbed out. I can't tell you how good that it felt to have this all done, and once I had the floors done the next morning, I was just one smitten kitten. It felt so good to have the house put back together after our little getaway. It seemed like I was just never gonna get caught up between the laundry and the dishes and the cleaning and everything, so it was just amazing, such a good feeling. Make sure that you do it for yourself too, because you absolutely deserve it. And that's going to bring us to the end of today's video, and I will give you the before and afters of the kitchen as a wrap up for this day. And I can't thank you enough for coming over and hanging out with me today. I hope this video gave you a ton of motivation to get your house all reset or to do just whatever it is that you are needing to do. Thank you again so much for coming over. I appreciate you, and I hope that everyone has a great week. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time. Take such good care of you. Bye.
That even though I lost, I'll find something better. I'm running all around this town. This feeling has me stepping down. But I don't wanna have to break too much longer. 'Cause every time I try, yeah, every time I dream, there's always this big part of me wanna believe in what I see. If you can make me smile, if only for a while, there's always this big part of me wanna believe in what I see. Believe in you
Yo, I can butter.
All right,
Wait,